Remember when taking off makeup felt harmless? Like a quiet little ritual before bed, not a gamble. When gentle actually meant kind to your skin, not a nasty chemical ambush wrapped in pastel packaging. Those days are long gone. Somewhere along the way, makeup removers turned into filthy cocktails of banned fragrances, stubborn bacteria, and ingredients that have no business anywhere near your face. And most people have no idea. They're rubbing this stuff into their eyes, lips, pores, night after night, trusting the label, trusting the brand. Today, that trust gets absolutely shredded. 7 UK makeup remover brands that are shockingly bad, recklessly formulated, and wildly overrated. And 2 rare exceptions that don't treat your skin like a disposable testing ground. We're starting at number 7. Number 7, Tesco Kind and Pure Makeup Remover Wipes. Tesco really leaned into the name on this one. Kind, pure, words that feel like a warm hug. The kind of thing you'd grab without thinking, toss into your trolley, and assume it's doing you a favour. Except it wasn't. It was doing the exact opposite. Quietly, relentlessly, and in the most unsettling way possible. These wipes were pulled from shelves after being found contaminated with bacteria. Not the harmless shrug-it-off kind either. The sort that thrives in damp environments and loves nothing more than compromised skin. Which is ironic because the people most likely to buy something labelled kind and pure are usually the ones with sensitive skin, breakouts, eczema, or irritation already brewing. So instead of soothing their face at the end of the day, they were essentially smearing a microscopic horror show across it. Here's what makes this worse. Makeup remover wipes are the perfect storm for contamination. They're wet. They sit around for months. They get opened, closed, half-sealed, shoved into gym bags, left on bathroom counters. If the formulation isn't absolutely rock solid, bacteria move in like squatters who refuse to leave. And once they're there, you don't see them. You don't smell them. You just start wondering why your skin suddenly hates you. Tesco did issue a recall. Quietly. Clinically. No dramatic headlines. No in-store panic. Most people never even heard about it. Which means plenty of these wipes were probably used right up until the last sheet, with users blaming themselves for the irritation, the flare-ups, the weird reactions that seem to come out of nowhere. That's the real sting here. This wasn't marketed as risky or experimental. It was sold as safe, gentle, almost virtuous. And it turned out to be anything but. If a product can't stay clean in the packet, it has absolutely no business being dragged across your eyes and mouth. If this kind of honest digging helps you shop smarter, tap the like button and subscribe for more. There's a lot more hiding behind familiar labels, and the next one is even worse. Number 6. Nivea Makeup Remover Wipes. Nivea is the brand people trust without even realizing they trust it. It's been around forever. It feels sensible, reliable, the sort of name you associate with no drama and no surprises. Which is exactly why this one stings. Some Nivea makeup remover wipes were flagged for containing a fragrance ingredient that had already been banned. Not frowned upon. Not under review. Fully banned. Removed from the approved list because it was linked to reproductive harm and skin sensitization. The kind of ingredient regulators don't mess around with. And yet, there it was, sitting in a product designed for daily use. Right on the face. Near the eyes, night after night. The most infuriating part is how easily this slips past people. Fragrance ingredients often hide behind vague wording. You don't see the scary name unless you know exactly what to look for. Most shoppers don't. They see a trusted logo, a clean design, a promise of softness, and they move on with their day. What this really exposes is how slow the cleanup can be after rules change. Even when something is officially banned, old stock hangs around. Formulas linger. Products don't magically disappear from cupboards and bathroom drawers, so people keep using them, assuming everything on the shelf has already been checked, approved, and made safe. Nivea's wipes weren't melting faces off. That's not how these problems usually show up. They're sneakier than that. A bit of stinging here, a bit of redness there, skin that suddenly feels reactive for no obvious reason. And because it's gradual, it's easy to blame stress, hormones, weather, or literally anything else. That's what makes this so unsettling. A brand built on trust ended up quietly betraying it. Not loudly, not dramatically, just enough to matter. Number 5. Garnier Makeup Removers. Garnier loves to play the cheerful friend in the beauty aisle. Bright bottles, fresh colours, fruit splashed across the label like it's about to be blended into a smoothie. Everything about it screams light, fun, and harmless, which is impressive considering what's been found lurking behind that friendly exterior. Some Garnier makeup removers were linked to the use of a preservative that regulators classified as unsafe. Not probably fine in small amounts. Unsafe. The kind of ingredient that raises eyebrows in scientific committees and gets quietly ushered out of cosmetics when the evidence piles up. Preservatives exist for a reason. No one wants bacteria growing in their cleanser, but there's a line between effective and reckless. And Garnier crossed it. The issue wasn't just the ingredient itself, but the fact that it appeared in products meant for regular, prolonged contact with the skin. Not a rinse-off shampoo. Not something that touches your face for 10 seconds. Something you rub in, wipe off, and leave residue behind. What makes this especially grim is how Garnier markets itself to younger users. People just getting into skincare. Teenagers experimenting with makeup for the first time. Anyone who might not yet know how to decode an ingredient list or question a brand's claims. It's the perfect setup for blind trust. And when things go wrong, the brand name provides cover. People don't suspect the remover, they suspect themselves. They switch moisturizers. They cut out chocolate. They buy expensive serums to fix a problem that started with a supposedly gentle wipe. Garnier isn't the worst offender on this list, but it earns its place through sheer disappointment. It sells an image of freshness while quietly cutting corners. And when it comes to products you use almost every single day, that kind of shortcut is unacceptable. 4. Revolution Beauty Makeup Removers. Revolution built its entire reputation on affordability and speed. New launches constantly. Trend after trend. Products moving faster than anyone can properly scrutinize them. And that frantic pace comes with consequences. Some Revolution makeup products, including removers and cleansers, were found to contain PFAS. These are often called forever chemicals, and that nickname isn't dramatic. They don't break down easily, they don't wash away cleanly, they stick around in the environment and in the body far longer than they ever should. PFAS are used because they make products feel smoother, more slippery, more luxurious. They help makeup last longer and resist water. Which sounds great until you realize you're trading short-term performance for long-term exposure to chemicals linked to serious health concerns. What makes this particularly irritating is the brand's response. Lots of vague promises, talk of future reformulation, no clear deadlines, no firm reassurance for people currently using the products, just a gentle suggestion that things will improve eventually. That's not good enough. When you're dealing with ingredients that scientists and environmental groups are actively trying to eliminate, eventually feels painfully hollow. Revolution isn't evil, it's reckless. It prioritizes speed, trends, and margins over caution. And the result is products that look fun, feel great, and come with a chemical aftertaste nobody asked for. If makeup remover is meant to cleanse, not contaminate, then this kind of formulation is a spectacular failure. Number 3. Inglot Makeup Removers. Inglot wears its professional badge proudly. Backstage brand, pro formulas, serious makeup for serious people. It's the sort of name that makes shoppers relax instantly because surely anything trusted by makeup artists must be safe. That assumption is where things go wrong. Some Inglot products were flagged for containing PFAS, those stubborn, clingy chemicals that refuse to break down. The same substances environmental scientists keep begging companies to stop using because they hang around for years, drifting through water systems and quietly building up in the human body. Not exactly what you want anywhere near your face. The defense is always performance. Long wear, smudge resistance, that polished, slippery feel. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Those silky textures often come from chemical shortcuts. And when a remover is designed to dissolve heavy makeup created with aggressive formulas, it often ends up being just as aggressive in return. What makes Inglot's case particularly frustrating is the silence. No bold statement, no clear reformulation timeline, just a vague promise to improve things at some unspecified point in the future, which means shoppers are left guessing. Is the bottle in your drawer fine? Or is it part of the problem? There's no easy way to tell without turning detective. Professional doesn't automatically mean careful. Sometimes it means rushed because trends move fast and demand moves faster. Inglots removers aren't cartoonishly dangerous, but they represent a bigger issue: performance being valued over consequence. If a brand can create bold pigments and flawless finishes, it can also create a remover that doesn't rely on chemicals scientists are actively trying to eliminate. Choosing not to is a decision. Number 2. Urban Decay makeup removers. Urban Decay sells rebellion, bold colors, late nights, makeup that laughs in the face of subtlety, and people happily pay premium prices for it, assuming that higher cost equals higher standards. Unfortunately, the ingredient list didn't get the memo. Urban Decay products were also found to contain PFAS. Yes, again, the same forever chemicals, the same environmental nightmare, the same health concerns, except this time wrapped in sleek packaging with a much bigger price tag. There's something uniquely infuriating about that. Paying more should mean better choices, not the same shortcuts dressed up with attitude and marketing swagger. Yet here we are, a high-end brand using the same questionable substances as cheaper, trend-chasing competitors. Urban Decay loves buzzwords: long-lasting, lock it in, all-nighter. And while those phrases sound exciting, they often translate to formulas that grip the skin with industrial stubbornness. Great for makeup staying power, less great when you're trying to gently remove it at the end of the day without irritating your eyes or stressing your skin barrier. What makes this worse is the brand's influence. Urban Decay isn't niche, it shapes trends. When it drags its feet on cleaning up formulations, other brands feel less pressure to move faster. Promises to phase things out someday don't help the person using the product tonight. This isn't edgy, it's lazy. Rebellion should punch up, not poison quietly. If a brand has the resources to create cult favorites, it has the resources to do better. Choosing not to is a glaring failure. Number 1. Neutrogena Makeup Remover Wipes. This one hurts the most. Neutrogena built its entire reputation on being safe. Dermatologist recommended. Gentle. Boring in the best possible way. The brand people reach for when their skin is already angry and they want peace. And then came the recall. Neutrogena makeup remover wipes were pulled after being found contaminated with bacteria. Not theoretical risk, not minor quality issue. Actual contamination, the kind that can cause infections, especially for people with compromised skin or weakened immune systems. The wipes were classified as a health risk. That alone should stop anyone in their tracks. But it doesn't end there. Around the same time, lawsuits began piling up. Users reported burning sensations, peeling skin, rashes that lingered far longer than any breakout should. The product marketed as ultra soft was doing the exact opposite, and courts took the complaints seriously enough to let the cases move forward. This is the worst kind of failure. Not flashy, not trendy, just devastatingly disappointing. People trusted these wipes during vulnerable moments, after medical treatments, during flare-ups, when their skin needed kindness, not chemical roulette. What makes Neutrogena the clear number 1 is the scale of betrayal. This wasn't a fringe brand cutting corners. This was a household name dropping the ball in a way that directly affected health. When even the so-called safe option collapses under scrutiny, it forces a brutal realization. Blind trust is dangerous. If makeup removal is the last thing you do before rest, it shouldn't come with risk. And Neutrogena proved that reputation alone means absolutely nothing without accountability. After all that mess, it's only fair to end on something that actually works, respects your skin, and doesn't come with a chemical jump scare. Number 2. Natracare Makeup Remover Wipes. After all that chaos, Natracare feels like a deep breath. A rare moment where nothing ugly jumps out from the label, the formulation, or the ethics. These wipes don't pretend to be magical. They just do their job without stabbing your skin in the back. First, the basics are done properly. The cloth itself is organic cotton, not plastic pretending to be fabric. No weird, slippery residue. No artificial fragrance trying to impersonate flowers. The ingredient list reads like something meant for skin, not a factory flaw. Aloe vera, chamomile, gentle plant oils. Calm, boring, sensible ingredients. And boring is exactly what you want here. What really sets Natracare apart is what's missing. No harsh preservatives. No known irritants quietly sneaking in. No forever chemicals hanging around long after you've washed your face. The wipes are biodegradable and compostable too, which means they don't just disappear from your skin, they don't haunt the planet either. Using them feels refreshingly uneventful. Makeup comes off. Skin doesn't sting. Eyes don't water. Nothing flares up hours later to ruin your evening. It's almost shocking how unfamiliar that feels after years of aggressive wipes. They cost more than supermarket options, yes, but that extra money actually goes somewhere useful, into safer ingredients, into better materials, into not treating your face like collateral damage. Naturacare proves makeup removal doesn't need drama, chemicals, or regret. Number 1. Green People Makeup Remover. Green People doesn't mess around. This isn't a wipe. It's a proper cleanser designed for people who are done gambling with their skin. Creamy, gentle, and unapologetically serious about ingredients. Instead of soaking a disposable cloth in preservatives and hoping for the best, Green People takes a smarter route. You massage the cleanser onto dry skin, let it dissolve makeup properly, then wipe it away with a reusable cloth. No friction, no scrubbing, no chemical wrestling match near your eyes. The formula is packed with organic plant oils, aloe vera, calendula, and shea butter. Real nourishment, not synthetic smoothness. And crucially, no parabens, no harsh surfactants, no artificial fragrance. The skin barrier stays intact, which is something most removers absolutely obliterate. What makes this the top pick is how your skin behaves afterwards. It doesn't feel tight, it doesn't feel greasy, it just feels normal, calm, like it hasn't been shouted at for 5 minutes straight. Yes, it costs more up front, but the bottle lasts ages. You stop buying wipes constantly and your skin stops throwing tantrums. Green People treats makeup removal as skincare, not damage control. And once you experience that, going back to wipes feels borderline unhinged. If this helped you rethink what's sitting in your bathroom drawer, stick around. Subscribe for more honest breakdowns, share this with someone still using wipes blindly, and remember, your skin isn't difficult. It's reacting for a reason.